You people are at the position of attention. Every man in the company who had a weekend pass has lost it. Change into your PT gear. We're running Curry.
I ain't going up that hill.
3 miles up, 3 miles down. And what company is this? Easy Company. And what do? Stand Christensen, why is there no water in your canteen? You will fill your canteen and repeat all 12 miles of the march immediately.
Yes, sir.
Fall out!
I want to be in the airborne, sir.
You have 50 minutes to the top and back, and I will be watching you. 3 miles up, 3 miles down. Hi-yo, Silver!
All right. Hey, we did it. We're live, everybody. I'm Kevin. We have Andy from GI Jive Radio. Hello, Andy. Okay, he looks so excited. We have Jay. Hello, Jay.
Hi there.
We have Darren and Maggie from the All Airborne Battalion. And we have Brad. Everybody knows Brad. You don't need an introduction. Hey, and we have Caleb in the background. If you want to make fun of him, go ahead. That's a $1 donation to the camp if you make fun of Caleb. All right. Hey, we're going to start out. What camp updates do you have for us, Brad?
Goodness. I guess the big thing was the Easy Company Heritage Weekend we just had. There's tons of just spectacular stuff came from that. We had a donation from David and Cindy Case, who Cindy is Charles Reinhardt's daughter, and they were looking for a place for his collection, uniforms, documentation, all kinds of stuff from Camp Toccoa and post Camp Toccoa throughout World War II. And we graciously accepted that collection here. There's some plans in place for how to display that type of stuff, and just off the chart. I mean, just priceless. So there's weekend passes from Camp Tombs in there, and that was Toccoa's name before Colonel Zink got it changed. So that's how early this collection goes back to. So just amazing. They also made a substantial monetary donation to us that is going to help. We'll be able to put a new roof on HQ, which is desperately needed. And then to highly upgrade our security system here at Camp Toccoa. So we have that. Eric Jennerson was here. And he's made a donation. Maybe we'll talk about that here in a little bit, from the set of Camp Toccoa that him and Tom Hanks fought over a little bit. Luckily for us, Eric won the battle, and so that's coming from England here to camp, and it was just a fabulous weekend all the way around. Still processing all of it, actually.
Oh, I agree. It was a big weekend. Big weekend. And that collection, wow. That's all I can say. Wow. When she first brought it in, I thought it was just going to be a couple uniforms, but she just kept pulling stuff out.
Reading his journal, that was amazing, just to read his journal. And I know we have plans to recreate some of those for the camp and for people that come to visit, and just going line by line from training all the way through the war, through his marriage, learning more about Sergeant Reinhardt than we've had a glimpse into other Easy Company men and Toccoa men that have trained here. So I think what a priceless collection, as Brad has said, and can't wait to see that on display here where it belongs, here at the museum at Camp Toccoa at Curry.
Amazing stuff. Maggie, Jay, you guys are going to be busy with that.
Yeah, really absolutely. Just to be able to touch those items, you're almost afraid to, because there's no monetary value that you can put on any one of those items. The little Bible that he kept with him, the love letters, the photos. It just goes on and on, like you previously said, and it's just going to be I don't know. It's a love story. It's a love story with it's just a love story. It's amazing.
And we even got Cindy's blessing to do a jump in honor of Sergeant Reinhardt. We're called Operation Reinhardt. And when we did a display for those that attended Easy Company Heritage Weekend, we showed them some parachute equipment. She honed in on the reserve parachute there. And what we came up with is to take his ripcord grip and reintegrate that into a modern parachute and jump that with the #1 jumper into Operation Reinhardt. So his legacy item will be jumped into the DZ as well as the name of the operation named in his honor. So what a cool way to live that legacy of Sergeant Reinhardt and all of the Toccoa men that trained here.
Oh, that's very cool. Very cool. Very cool. Andy,
Yeah.
anything you want to
Yeah,
add?
just when Jay thought she was done and could get some sleep,
Yeah.
here comes the Reinhardt collection.
Oh, I
Train
just,
keeps rolling, Jay.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, I'm sure you have ideas in your head.
Oh yes. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
when she got that
good stuff.
suitcase out and just kept going and going
Mhm.
and go, I thought it was going to be a couple uniforms. That's what we thought, right? At first.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
she just kept going.
We had seen some pictures, but yeah, just especially the documentation. Darren was talking about the journal that's there. It's kind of essentially it's a diary of when he was here and how did training go today, that type stuff, and carries throughout the war, and just tons of stuff like that, and the way that Cindy wants it displayed is she gave us permission to make photocopies of that, because obviously that would be hard to flip through, and there's so many things like that, but we can make photocopies, and that will be there with the collection. So a copy of that, the visitors that come here can flip through that journal. They can, and several other things. There's going to be almost a book that goes with the display to see that stuff. So amazing.
Amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. And what else? What upcoming events do we have coming on?
Yeah, our next big event. Well, on May 20th, we have a group from Food Right that's coming in with about 30 people, and they're strictly coming to clean up around camp. And they're talking, the needles that are down from this previous winter. And clean up the gutters, just a camp cleanup day. And so myself and Jeff Flowers, another board member that's with us, talked to him earlier today. We're pretty excited about that. We've got this work crew that's going to come in and just help us clean up around camp and that type of thing. So that's happening on the 20th. So if anybody wants to hop in there, we're going to start at 9 a.m. on the 20th. Bring your work gloves and your rake and wheelbarrow and all that, type stuff, and we'll find a job for you to help clean up. And then, of course, June 6th, that weekend, that's our D-Day weekend, where that morning we'll have a 10K race, and it's an official 10K race with the bib and t-shirts and timer, and a little competitive if that's your thing. If it's not, we'll just all struggle up to the top. But pretty interesting. About 400 folks get together and run the mountain in the morning. That afternoon, we're going to have reenactors here. They will move into the 506 with uniforms, gear, the whole 9 yards. And so when you go into the 506, you open the door there. There's footlockers and there's soldiers there that are assigned to the 506. So you kind of take a step back in time. You're walking into an actual lyrics here at camp. So we'll have that throughout the day. A few authors will be here signing books. There will be some special collections here that I guess you call them traveling collections that are not normally housed here from World War II memorabilia. And then that evening, we're going to have our USO dance. They'll be here. And I think Andy can maybe talk a little bit about the entertainment, the folks that we have coming in to help entertain the crowd for the USO dance that night. It's gonna be a fun time.
It will be a fun time. I know that Jay, since Caleb and I will be in Normandy, Jay is going to be running the music for the traditional USO dance. But then we've got a group coming in, three lovely ladies, and they'll be coming in, and they'll be probably every 30 to 45 minutes, they'll be taking the music live and singing all of our favorite old Andrew Sisters songs and different things like that from the 40s and the World War II era. So that's going to be a fun night. You can dress the part if you like, dress in 40s gear, whether it be soldier or the dress or the fancy shoes or the cap, the cigar, whatever. But definitely dress the part if you have that with you.
And no tornadoes this year.
No.
Kevin. Yes, that was a wild ride last year. Goodness gracious. I mean, there's just no way to describe it. Trees coming down, power lines, we lost electricity. In a weird way, we wish we had a bunch of oil lamps or something along those lines. We could have had the low light of candles, but yeah, if you were here last year for the tornado / hurricane, we almost need to make a wristband for that. You know, I survived the hurricane of 25 at Camp Toccoa. Yeah,
That's funny. That's funny. Well, before we wrap up here, what was everybody's favorite memory or what from last weekend? We'll just go on down the line. We'll start with you, Andy. Besides
Well,
Caleb hurting
yeah,
himself.
Caleb was very fortunate. Rita and Joe came in and donated many items for his silent auction that ran all weekend long. And everybody stepped up. It was awesome. There were many, many bids on these amazing, rare and one of a kind items that, of course, were related to Easy Company and the Band of Brothers and the camp. And 100% donated. So 100% of the proceeds went to Caleb to help fund his trip to Normandy this June. And I think the final total was right around $1,100 that was raised for his trip due to those donated items. It was quite amazing. And one of the best parts was um, Mark Lawrence had bid on an item. It was actually a PSA graded autograph from one of the original Easy Company members. And he won the bid. It was $100. And he came to check out and settle up. And once he paid, he took that, handed it to Caleb and say, "There you go. That's for you." So it was very touching. It was great. And everybody was wonderful to support him for his trip to Normandy. So that was overall, though, other than that, everything was really a fun. I think that's one of the best ways you can describe it. It was a truly fun weekend. And we got lots of comments from so many people. This was truly a fun weekend. We really enjoyed it.
Jay?
I think for me, the donations are definitely up there. That was not expected and really exciting to see some of the things that we have coming in. And then also, I think getting to see some people I knew, but also getting to see a group of people who were really excited to come to Camp Toccoa, just see the camp for the first time. Seeing them walk into the museum, seeing all the items, and seeing them genuinely excited and interested in the history is something that is always really special for me. So I just really loved seeing that with a whole, large group of people where everyone was just excited to be there.
Mr. Airborne Darren.
If I can describe it in one word, it's family. The fellowship and everyone coming together from different backgrounds. You have a principal writer of the series, you have actors, you have Easy Company family members, you have civilians, you have veterans, people from all walks of life that came here, not kind of sure what was gonna kind of go out through the week, the magic that was gonna happen, the Toccoa magic that Brad, myself, and everyone keeps talking about. And it really was, everyone lost their titles, they lost their their role in this, and they just became a new family, a new band of brothers and sisters that came together to explore new things. The donations that Jay referenced, uh, walking, running, crawling, sliding down Curry as much as they possibly could to experience that. Some of them for the first time. Easy Company Brewing coming all the way from Massachusetts, sending us a large donation of beer. Jerry bringing his Jeep up and down. That was a much appreciated addition for the weekend. The Easy Company family members coming together. They normally do a reunion in the fall, but coming together once again for an additional reunion to spend time with one another and discuss their family members' impact. And the last thing for me, other than the general fellowship and spending time with all these amazing people, was Kathy donating Mike Ranny's jump wings to the camp, which will also be on display and will be a part of our airborne operations in the future, jumping them into various drop zones so they continue on and truly mean or live that legacy of what Mike put in the letter to major winners about, the company of heroes, often transliterated to a company of heroes, but the amazing fellowship that we all experienced, the new friends we've made, and regaining contact with some familiar faces that we all know and love right here where it all happened from 1942 to 1944 for these men.
Awesome. Maggie?
Um, all of what Darren said, and the several of the newer family members, the Easy Company descendants that are still getting to know their their relative and what the impact they had toward the war, toward each other, the relationships that they established. Again, talking about that Toccoa magic, all the relationships that we have, that we foster, and that we are able to continue to share. So I think there's a new appreciation, especially for the mountain. There's a level of respect for the mountains. In the series, it looks like a nice rolling hill, and there's a lot of folks that are like, yep, this was a challenge and I was not prepared for it. So there's that. And just everything in this small little spot that we have in northern Georgia. And they're like, wow, we had no idea. And it's absolutely incredible. And so it's that ongoing time after time saying thank you for setting this up and executing this for us.
Oh. And Brad, we'll finish up with you, Brad.
Yeah, it says, yeah, mine is a little selfish. When we did that hike up Currahee, we got to the top, to the marker, and did a picture and all of our normal stuff. And then we just, mentioned to the crowd loudly, if anybody wanted to, there's another overlook that is a little bit hidden. And if you want to take that hike with us, come on. And we had probably about 15 folks that agreed to do that. I mean, you just hiked the mountain, and we're asking you to hike again. But about 15 folks agreed to that. Some special people. Yeah, we went down there and just got on that rock outcropping and had a moment, and just remember the guys. And that was special to me, and special to everybody that was there. And that's my take home right there. And then I of course, I gotta love Mark. When Mark did that for Caleb, that was off the chart. But there was just moment after moment after moment that just is a little. Again, I'm still processing some of the stuff that happened. I'm talking to Andy and I'm talking to Darren and the folks that were there, and they'll mention something. It's like, oh yeah, those type things where you there's just so much that happened. It's a little hard to process all of it. But that was my special moment, was being on that rock outcropping with folks I was with, to take those 101 seconds to get quiet and remember the boys.
Awesome. Does anybody have anything to add before we get out of here? I know we were running late tonight, but hey, we're going to try to do one of these lives like this once a month, but we're going to try to do more stuff from the camp if the internet cooperates with us, because we've had nothing but problems the last couple of times trying to go live from the camp. And then a couple of the interviews we did, we figured it out. It's one of the lights in the museum. It hums. You can't hear it until you record. And I get home, I'm like, what are they? So we figured that out. So we're going to do more interviews in the coming weeks from the camp. And anybody have anything to add before we get out of here?
I just want to say
Yeah.
thanks to Rita and all of those that helped put this together, all the volunteers that came together to make this happen. Just a tremendous effort for gathering folks here, and we know that we hope that it's going to continue in the future. Hopefully, get bigger with all of Toccoa men families to come back here and experience what we all love and appreciate, the Toccoa magic. You know, some of us living here, some of us volunteering here frequently. We just encourage people to come in, but without the efforts of Rita, Joe, all the volunteers here at Camp Toccoa, and all the members of the community that came together to support it, X Factor for catering, all these people that came together, much like Jump School, to make this event happen. And without them, it wouldn't be special. If it was just a canned event where you get to walk through and look at things behind glass, it just wouldn't have had the same impact. Coming here, living this legacy, walking in the footsteps of these men where they trained, sleeping where they slept. I mean, it's just what a tremendous effort, and we hope to see it continue in the future.
Awesome. Thank you. And hey, if you're interested in learning how to jump with Darren, here it is. Just click the little code right there and you can go. He'll push you out of the plane next year. And if you're interested, where can we find GI Jive Radio at, Andy?
Sure, the easiest way to go tune into America's favorite 1940s music station would be just Google GI Jive Radio, and it'll tell you how many different ways you can listen to World War II music and World War II history.
Right, thank you, Andy. And if you need information about Camp Toccoa, there you go.
There you go. Yeah.
And actually,
And I would just say if the folks that are watching, if there's something you'd like for us to do, a segment, maybe you want to hear more about this, more about that, sometimes even interviews, just leave it in the comments down here, or maybe even possibly over here, wherever the comments are. But give us ideas on shows, and we'll pull it off. We'll put it together for you. So just let us know what you'd like to see.
There it is. All right.
There we go.
All right.
That's
Hey,
really
it's
cool.
working. I'm just glad it's working.
It is so cool.
Problem.
I can almost put my finger on it.
I want to click it.
Go.
You want to
I want to click
I
it.
know, right? That's what I'm trying to do. Trying to click it. Yeah. So
Yeah,
good stuff.
this place is a living, breathing entity, and we're just we're working to get it better, make this experience. You can be a part of this experience. It's not just, again, not just facts, not just artifacts behind glass. You can live it. You can walk the street the men walked. You can smell the Japanese honeysuckle that was probably around here during that time.
Yeah. You can walk in their footsteps on the sidewalk.
And you can
And
have a
find that-
beverage right where Maggie's sitting, right there at the Wagon Wheel Bar.
Yeah. The new wagon wheel, right?
The new wagon wheel.
All right, I'm gonna let you guys get out of here. Thank everybody for joining us, and make sure you pay attention to the Facebook page and the YouTube. We're gonna have more stuff, and this will be up on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and all that. So thank you, everybody, and we'll see you next time.
Sweet.
Curry.
Curry.
Do you remember the letter that Mike Ranier wrote me? You do. Do you remember how I ended it? I cherish the memories of a question my grandson asked me the other day when he said, "Grandpa, were you a hero in the war?" Grandpa said no. But I served in a company of heroes.